I've had a lot of people asking me, how'd you do it? How did you lose 190 pounds? So I thought I'd make a video. I'm not going to give you the super long story because I've done a million things. It is a non-stop process for your whole life. I've done a lot of things and I was very successful on them many times, but then I'd go back to my old ways of eating and my old ways and just put the weight right back on. But it's about 12 years ago, my grandson was on the way. I fell off my steps. I fractured my back. I tore both of my knees. And I laid in bed. I'd lost like 40 pounds. I was on my journey then. And I had started going to our local pool. And but then when I fell off my steps, I was hurt. And the doctor said that nobody would help me because of my weight. And I'm like, because of my weight, right? They're not going to be able to fix my knees or do nothing for me. He said yes. So I went home and was in bed almost. Bedridden. I couldn't even lift my arms up, I couldn't lift my arms at all. People would come to visit me, and it was torturous to hug them. But of course, I love seeing people. But a rumor around town was Debbie ain't doing good. Yep, I heard from a lot of people say, yeah, Debbie ain't doing good. So anyway, after my grandson was born, I had like an epiphany. I believe God came down and he touched me, and for a whole year, I started eating clean, and I was able to stick to it. I mean, no bread for a whole year, no goodies, I was cutting out all kinds of sugar. I mean, I was eating clean, lean meats, vegetables, fruits, just the healthiest of the healthiest, that I knew at that time to eat. And then I swore when those 2 years was over, that one winter, as soon as the snow and ice was melted off of the hill that we lived on, that I was going to start that water aerobics class at the pool in our local town. And so that's exactly what I did. And I managed, with all of their encouragement. Oh, they were just a family. They were so wonderful to me, They were like, you're such an inspiration to all of us. But I managed to lose like 110 pounds in about a year, a little over a year, and going to the water aerobics, eating clean. And then I kind of started eating bread and stuff again, But I mean, I didn't gain my weight back or nothing like that. I managed to keep all that weight off, but I just couldn't get down. And I tried keto. I kept ending up in the hospital because I was ignorant, not knowing I wasn't cutting down on my blood sugar medicines. And I kept ending up in the hospital, and ketoacidosis, or, lactic acid problems, all kinds of problems. And I didn't realize it was because I wasn't cutting my medicines down. When I was doing these super, no sugar, I'm a diabetic. So, yeah. Live and learn. A lot of living, a lot of learning. But it was about 3 years ago. I was working so hard to get it off. I went and seen a dietitian. It was coming off really slow. I had this horrible surgery for acid reflux, and it was too tight. So every time I got sick, I had dumping syndrome so bad. So every time I got sick, it's 3 days of throwing up, tons of showers, in the hospital. It was a nightmare, this acid reflux surgery. And the doctors kept saying it was too tight. So I begged the surgeon to take it down. He wouldn't. 3 years later, Medicaid starts approving the gastric bypass. I meet his partner, who said, yeah, he could take the surgery down, but he'd had to do a revision, which was a gastric bypass. So even though I'd lost like 120 pounds, and I was like, oh, I'm never going to have the surgery or nothing like that, but I jumped on it. It was a chance to get that surgery taken down, and if it was going to help, I would have done just about anything to get that surgery taken down. It ruined over 20 years of my life. So we got that surgery taken down. I got a gastric bypass. I haven't lost tons of weight on that gastric bypass. I mean, I did, and it has definitely been a healthy tool, but my stomach was so destroyed, and I had so much scar tissue and stuff, and it was just so destroyed that, I didn't have the same effect of, I had been suffering severe dumping syndrome and everything for years. But anyway, I've been working really hard. I started the gym a year and a half ago. I've been doing physical therapy for 3 years, getting my knees replaced, working really hard at that. But I really said I wanted them to train me in the gym. I wanted to know how to work the machines and start lifting weights, because that is what is really such a big help. So, and it has made a huge difference. So the big things that made the huge difference was eating clean, starting that, getting in a water aerobics class where that family pool, my pool family, I'm still go there 12 years later, and I love it. And that water aerobics, they helped me get so much of the weight off. And then the gastric bypass got me down enough that I was able to get my new knees, which has just been life-changing. And I've tried so many I've done so many things. I've done Weight Watchers. I gained 19 pounds back. So I ran and I jumped on Weight Watchers because I was like, oh God, I cannot gain this weight back. I lost 24 in 7 weeks at Weight Watchers. And so to me, Weight Watchers is almost just exactly eating clean, basically. So, yeah, I'm sticking to eating clean, and the gym is helping me get toned up and in shape. And of course, it's all mental to begin with. You got to really want it. I mean, I waited till, God, I was almost 60, I mean, geez, I stayed heavy way so long. I felt trapped in that body, and my knees, I was trapped in with the arthritis. My arthritis was so bad. When the doctors gave me the knee replacements, they said the arthritis was like walnuts on the back of my knees, that they had to go in special and bust them out in order to get my knees. They had to crack them in half, and it's like, that's why I couldn't walk, couldn't bend them for so many years. I had walnuts behind my knees. So anyway, that's gone now, and I've got new knees. I'm doing amazing. And but I mean, it's nonstop, it's nonstop working on it. I'm on Mounjaro right now, a really low dose, because I'm a diabetic, and that has got my A1C. I was up at 8.5 before I had gastric bypass surgery. Then I've been around, I guess I was 6.2. I just had my A1C taken, and it was 6. So that's amazing. I'm on no other diabetic medications, and I was on like 5 others, off all of them. Got taken off another blood pressure pill yesterday. I'm on one little tiny dose of one little blood pressure pill, and hopefully I'll be off of it soon too. It protects the kidneys. And like my kidney doctor said the other day, Mounjaro, they did a study, and it protects the kidneys. So he was thrilled that I was on Mounjaro. So yeah, I just keep hearing one wonderful thing after another about that medicine. And I'm on a fairly low dose. But I mean, I know I'm not thinking about food all the time. I forget that have I eaten? I have to ask my husband, have I eaten today? I can't remember, And I mean, it's not like that bad. I always get hungry. I always got to eat some. You're not going to go all day. Not me. I like my nourishment. But I am, life is getting better all the time. And I'm excited about all the opportunities and, things that, trapped in that body. I just was so depressed. Now I'm not depressed. I'm very happy and very excited. Looking forward to the future, and have so many plans to do so many things. But those are the bullet points: eating clean, water aerobics, the gym. Then a ton of zillion diets in between there, eating plans. But you just have to come up with your own, take You know, take what you can from everything and what works for you. And so that's what I'm thinking. You know, I'm going to put together what's worked for me and just share it, I guess, here on YouTube and let everybody know, you know, you can do it. I mean, I always thought, I'm never going to be able to lose this weight. I can't do it. I can't control my eating. I can't control my desire for this sandwiches and, you know, breads. I'd live on breads, you know, and you think you can't live without those foods. And let me tell you, you can live without them. Or you can have little tiny portions of them. That was a big problem. I thought I was eating normal portions, but I was eating huge portions. I was enough for 3 people. And that's why I was the size of 3 people. But now I'm getting down closer to my goal weight. I'll be in Wonderland, hopefully in the next week or so, by my birthday, September 10th. That's my goal. I'm going to be in Wonderland. And I'll be making a video about it, hooting and hollering. Anyway, I love YouTube. I love this platform. I'm having a blast. TikTok doesn't like weight loss stories, and they were kicking us off well, not kicking us off, but shadow banning, where nobody's seen your videos, and I'm getting strikes for one thing after another, getting in trouble. It's like, what? Come on, I'm too old for this. I'm down at my beautiful park, down from my house. My house is down that way. The park's that way, but we couldn't go into the park because my dog had to come with me. So I couldn't go in the park because no dogs allowed, but it's so gorgeous here in North Idaho. You know, I've lived here or in Montana most of my life. I was born in Virginia, but yeah, 3 years old, we moved to Montana. 8 years old, we moved to Idaho, and I've been back and forth ever since. But it's so beautiful here, so I'm going to quit boring you now, and I'm just going to give you a little view of my cookie running down by the pond, in our pond, and, you know, see if you like it. Cookie! 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 Were you fishing? Did you catch anything? Oh, you're such a good girl. Bye, you guys.